Dear Diary, to be honest, I was fully prepared to just toss you into some random box in the garage and forget about you. After everything that happened and having to go back and listen to the recording of it, I just didn't want to have to keep the memory of what I saw, which meant I didn't want to keep you. Now I am referring to a tape recorder as if it has a soul. That's not great. Jesus. Maybe what happened the other day did make me crazy. Oh, yeah. Damn it. Today is August 15th, 1997, and yesterday I found a dead body in the forest. And if I'm being honest again, I don't want to talk about it. It's hard to think of things to say about a situation like that. I mean, what are my options exactly? Recount every living detail of a very traumatic experience for myself? Spill my guts to a tape recorder so my mom feels like she's doing enough of her job so she can be happy that she had a good idea and decided to, I don't know, be a parent for once? That's not entirely fair, especially right now. No one really cared about what happened to me. I had to barge into my own house screaming at my mom to call the police and come see the site for herself. And when she finally did, and the police finally showed up, it was gone. All of it. The whole thing. There was nobody there. No empty eye sockets or wrinkled flesh. Just a tree. I wish they had looked at me like I was crazy. But no, if someone's crazy, it's somewhat easier to hold empathy for them. Everyone is just angry. Being angry is so much easier because you don't have to feel like in that moment you owe them something, like your patience or your sympathy. Oh God, especially my mom. When she got home, she just started going off about how I was acting out and trying to get attention. I asked her that, even if that was the truth, which it wasn't, did she stop to consider why I might need some attention? Why I might feel that way? She just called me selfish for insinuating that whatever I might be going through can even hold itself to what Michael's going through. I told her that I never even brought up Michael, that she's just making up answers to problems that don't exist because she can't seem to comprehend the answer to mine. I left after that. Because who is she to say I'm not who I need to be for Michael? She doesn't know a thing about the relationship between us. Just because she doesn't have a good relationship with her sister doesn't mean it's genetic and I have to hate my brother. I could never hate Michael, and I don't hate Michael. He's the most important person in my life. Really, the only one. My mom was the worst part of that experience yesterday. But, you know what was also difficult? The police. Oh my God. Not only were they beyond angry, but they were just so dismissive. Not even when it came to the fact that the body wasn't there and that I looked like some desperate kid wanting attention, though that definitely didn't help. More like the story itself. Like the idea of a body in a tree couldn't even be told because it was some type of long, forgotten, sworn to never be told again tale. Like it was off limits. The policeman shut me down in a heartbeat. He basically told me if I did anything like that again, they would detain me. Which I guess is fair from their point of view. But it was real. I saw it with my own eyes, staring down at me from the tree branch. And what am I supposed to do? Go on with my life and pretend it didn't happen? Like there isn't an investigation that needs to be held or answers to find. I don't know anymore. Dear Diary, it's been 2 hours since we last talked. I've just been sitting here. Writing helps. Telling someone else's story, even if they aren't real, it's easier than telling my own. But enough about me. No more wallowing. I want to know what happened. There has to be more going on, right? I'm going out. I'll walk around town and maybe try to find some clues. I'll even bring a notepad and pencil. Maybe someone will have seen or heard something. I'm not entirely sure or hopeful at all, really. but there's always a chance, right? I might as well do something with the knowledge I have, better than sitting here and reliving it 1,000 times. You know, I've always kind of loved mysteries. I remember when I was younger, and my dad, Michael, and I watched the movie Clue when it came out with this guy. God, what's his name? Chris? Something? I don't know. It's not even a good mystery movie, or a good movie at all, but I remember just being so enthralled with it and the idea of finding answers to problems and bringing justice to wrongdoing. Since then, there's always been a part of me that wanted to be a detective or some kind of type of cop. I mean, how the police acted yesterday is definitely not making me want to stick to that career idea, but I still can't help but want to. Maybe I'll be a mystery writer. I could publish books about amazing protagonists who solve murders or discover where the golden amulet was hidden this whole time. Though that's kind of a boring concept. It's just an example. But if real-world detective work and mystery solving isn't my thing, I can always continue the fantasy through writing, right? It's not the exact same career, of course, but it would still be fun. I could travel the world, giving public readings, signing fan copies of books. My books. Though the idea of being famous is a little daunting. Who wants the whole world watching them all the time? That's why being a famous author seems so much easier. Only your real fans would know what you look like, right? Not strangers or people who've never read a single line you've written. Maybe I'll just stick with detective work. I'm going to the police station first. While they were incredibly unhelpful yesterday, maybe I'll talk to the chief instead. I can ask if something like this has ever been reported on before, or if suspicious activity is common in this town. He'll probably just tell me to piss off or something. I probably would too, if some weird, way too curious teenager came into my station asking oddly suspicious questions. But maybe he'll be kind? Isn't that kind of the stereotype of small towns? Nice, simple people living nice, simple lives? Denver was kind of a nice in-between, I suppose. Not too overly crowded and plenty of nature. We used to go skiing sometimes when I was younger. Michael and I would race down these giant hills and have snowball fights. I always beat him, of course, but sometimes I'd let him have a free hit or two. I'm glad it snows here in Michigan, too. Maybe Michael and I will be able to have another snowball fight sometime, or race if we can find a hill. School starts tomorrow. It's been a whole summer. The other day, on the phone, my dad kept telling me what a great opportunity it was to make new friends. Or just friends, is actually what he said. I did not correct him. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's wrong exactly. I don't have a ton of friends. I haven't for a while, since... Never mind. But I can take some cool classes, I guess. Maybe they offer creative writing, or club, possibly journalism. That could be cool, I guess. Blackwater High, my new home away from home. Weird name, if you ask me. Maybe I'll ask someone about that. What would our mascot even be? Some kind of water snake? A fish? Well, this is it. The police station. Jesus, this town is small. It took me like 3 minutes to get here. Kind of nice, though. Hello, sir. My name is Eden Costello. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today.
I'm Chief Officer Fletcher. What seems to be the issue today, kid? Bullying? Alcohol? Someone offer you weed? Some narc came in last week talking about a bunch of hooligans spray painting on the bridge near the church.
No, sir. It's about an event that occurred yesterday.
Oh yeah? I thought I recognized your name. You're the one that called in a fake 911 call. Something about a dead body in a tree? You have a lot of nerve showing up here right after pulling that little stunt. I ought to kick you out right now, or detain you for that matter.
Sir, please, I would never call in a fake emergency. What happened yesterday was completely real, I swear. I promise. I just came to speak with you on the matter.
Fine. Go ahead. Make it quick, though. I have real matters to deal with today.
I'm not here today to discuss what happened yesterday. I simply want to know if a similar story has ever been brought to this department's attention. Is this town known for events like this?
You new here?
I am, yes.
I can tell. Kids your age don't ask a lot of questions when they're from Lotus Valley. They're taught pretty quickly about respect and not putting your nose where it doesn't belong. You from the city?
Denver.
Typical. Listen, stay out of this investigation business. It's not for children. There's nothing going on, and that's the way it should be. Be grateful there's nothing to know. And no more prank calls. If you need attention, get it from someone else. The way out is the way you came.
Thank you, sir. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, you too, kid.
I knew it. I knew it would be a total bust. Jesus, what was I thinking? What a waste of time. No, you know what? No. What I'm doing is good and important. The police aren't helpful? That's fine. Maybe someone else will be. A bar? What is a bar doing open this early? It's barely 3 in the afternoon. But that means there are probably people inside. Maybe they'll have some answers they can offer. Drunk people love to talk, right? Jesus, I don't know if I've ever seen a place this depressing before. Well, maybe the hospital. But even that, this place is... yikes. Excuse me, sir? May I ask you a question or two?
What's that?
May I ask you a question?
Why?
It's, for school. I'm interviewing people for my journalism class.
School already back? Oh, Lord. That means I gotta have Chris on the weekends again.
Sir?
Oh, yeah, you have a question. Yeah, go for it.
Have you ever seen suspicious activity around town? Anything odd or out of place?
What kind of question is that for school? Hey, what class is this for?
Journalism?
Journalism? That's what they teach you at school these days? That's what they teach you kids? I got some piece of advice for you, young reporter in training. Don't go looking for trouble. It'll always find you, and it ain't worth it.
But... well, I got kicked out. It didn't take long. The owner said I shouldn't be poking around in adult affairs. I guess that's kind of fair. But it wasn't like I was trying to get alcohol or anything. Just wanted to find some answers.
Hey, you.
Me?
Yes, you. You were the kid in the bar asking a bunch of questions,
That would be correct, ma'am. I'm sorry if I bothered you.
Of course you were bothering me. You were bothering everyone in that whole bar. That's no place for a kid, you know.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You're right. It wasn't my place.
What were you talking about anyway? Suspicious activity and whatnot. Have you been seeing stuff, kid?
Well, to be honest, yes. Yesterday in the woods, I saw...
Right. I have a customer who's an officer at the station. I bring in bass for him at a discounted price. Told me all about the kid who saw a dead body in the woods. Or at least said she did.
Bass?
I'm a fisher.
That's interesting. But the truth is, I did see a dead body in the woods, hanging right from a tree with no eyes or any blood left in it.
That's quite an imagination you got there.
It's not imaginative, it's the truth. Who would lie about something like that?
To be honest, kid, I have no idea myself. Maybe someone who felt lonely or bored or just had a bad day. People are capable of anything.
May I ask why you stopped me, ma'am? Is it to tell me to keep my head down?
Well, yes. There's nothing wrong with being creative, kid, or with spending your time doing something actually interesting. Most kids I see your age are drinking near my pier or throwing their junk in my boat. At least you can use your head, but you need to learn how to use it correctly. Sticking your nose in dangerous business and making up stories isn't going to do you any good.
I've been hearing that a lot today.
Then why haven't you been listening?
Because I know what I saw, ma'am. I'm not crazy. There's truly something going on around here, and I want to do my best to find out what.
Listen, I get it. When I was your age, I liked to use my imagination too. I like to tell stories and ask questions. But it comes to a point where you have to realize life isn't all that interesting most of the time. It's usually pretty boring. And this town, especially, it's completely normal, and normal can be pretty boring. You seem like a good kid. Keep out of trouble, all right? And find something good to do with that head of yours, something productive. I'm sure whatever it is, it'll be plenty great and less stressful than whatever you're doing now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It's no trouble. If you need something to do, come down to the pier. I'll teach you how to fish. Have a good one.
I know there's something wrong here. The adults of this town are high-strung and unconcerned with anything I have to say at all. So I'll just do everything myself.
Hi everyone, our writer for this episode was me, Corde G. Our voices come from Eric N. for Chief Officer Fletcher, Ryan G. for Guy at the Bar, Jennifer M. for the Fisherwoman, and Clover N. for Eden. This episode was produced and edited by Tobi H. and Clover N. We really hope you enjoyed our second episode of Blackwater. We hope you will tune in May 17th for episode 3 on YouTube and Spotify at @MI_Lotus Valley. If you're eager for more, you can check out our YouTube and TikTok again at @MI_Lotus Valley. Thank you so much for listening, and again, please come join us on May 17th for the release of episode 3 of Blackwater.